Welcome back to the subscriber trail, a trail that my subscribers have voted and decided on every feature that gets built on it. Now honestly, letting you guys vote can be a bit nerve-wracking because sometimes I come up with stupid ideas and let you guys vote on them anyway. Like last time, I let you guys decide between an on-off teeter-totter or a tabletop jump. Luckily for me though, you all actually picked the tabletop jump, which fits the trail better and keeps our speed up for future options. So as a thank you, I'm building the biggest jump I've made yet, and we're gonna make it look unlike any other ramp out there. Let me say a quick thank you to UHAUL for sponsoring this build. They're hooking all of you guys up with 15% off their huge selection of bike racks, so don't miss out on that deal. Now, first things first, we gotta pile up some dirt, like a lot of dirt. At this point, I was just piling up lots of dirt and semi-packing it in because I wasn't sure what my jump was going to look like. I just knew I was going to need a huge landing pad because I wanted it to be larger than any jump I've made. Not only did I want it to be larger in size, but I also wanted the angle to be much steeper than I've had. Now, I've said these things before, but I think it bears repeating so that you guys can go and design your own jumps too. When I say angle, I'm referring to the angle of the imaginary circle that is the curve of your ramp. So take this jump here, bring up its imaginary circle, and you'll see it's a 30-degree angle jump. This is how you can design a 30-degree angle jump, a 45, a 60, and so on. But the more important part about these angles is what happens in their trajectory. This would be your 30-degree angle trajectory, and this would be your 45. The 45 is a bigger ramp, so of course you go further, right? Wrong, because even though the 60-degree angle ramp is larger, you'll actually only go as far as the smaller 30-degree angle ramp. The difference between them though is you get much more airtime with the 60 than the 30 or the 45. What I want is a mixture of distance and height, so I decided to go with a 53-degree angle. It helps to map things out on a computer because you can figure out the measurements of everything pretty quickly and accurately. To start, I made a huge circle with a 13-foot radius and I plotted out my 53-degree angle on it. From there, I simply trace the circle's arc and fill it in. At this point, you essentially have your ramp, so I just plot out some boards and start to design a structure that will follow the arc of the circle. For this, I sort of mimicked designs I saw on Google and made it to fit my ramp. Once you have the structure, you can figure out all of your measurements and take it into reality. Okay, so we're out here this morning, and today we're gonna assemble these ramps. Last night, I kind of figured out a cross between like some stuff I was finding online for ramp plans and then kind of my own vision, because I want this thing to end up looking sort of like those things in Mario Kart where it's like the booster pads or whatever you want to call them, or like an arrow of some sort. But anyway, I've got this whole design drawn up on my laptop here. You can see I got it down here, but yeah, we're gonna try and assemble this thing. With my design, there are essentially two levels. This L shape and crossboard all sit flush with each other, and once I get them attached, then the other boards will sit on top of them. Since I already designed everything on my computer, I can essentially attach everything at the perfect measurements so that, in theory, when I go to draw a 13-foot radius on the jump, it will fit perfectly. To get that nice smooth arc on your jump, you need to measure whatever your radius is out from the top of your ramp and from the bottom. Where those two measurements meet at is your center point of your circle, so mark that spot out and attach a string so you can draw a nice smooth arc on top of your boards. Okay, so the key here is keeping the same amount of tension on this so it draws through.
you're making one of these at home and you're following along, you're done. You put cross members and then you can deck it, and then you got a big old huge 5-foot ramp. Yeah, and it's hopefully sending great for you. But I'm going to make 2 more of these, slightly shorter, same radius and everything though, just a little shorter, so that we can come down with our arrow shape like this. So we get that Mario Kart booster, speed booster thing. Yeah, let's make 2 more of these, I guess.
Now, like I said, a normal ramp will only need the 2 outer sides of the structure, but since my boards were going to be cut down the middle to make the arrow, I needed inner supports as well. When all was said and done, I ended up having 4 full supports. Definitely overkill for one ramp, but I loaded them all up on the side-by-side and made my way over to the subscriber trail to start putting it together.
Kind of tacking this together so that I can start working on the actual decking. So the jump is done. I've got everything cleaned up. It looks freaking phenomenal. It really couldn't have turned out any better as far as I'm concerned. We got one problem though. I definitely didn't build the landing high enough. Right now it's got like a 5-foot gap on it, which I don't necessarily want. A little bit of a gap, like 2 feet or so, is fine, but I don't want someone to not send this thing because they're intimidated by the gap. I want it to be a tabletop. That's what we all agreed on, was a tabletop, so we're gonna make it more like a tabletop. And just gotta bring that landing up about like a foot or 2, because right now, yeah, it's just too tall.
On the outside, looking in, I really wasn't sure what I was getting. Between the high waves on the sea, waiting for something to get to me. I wasn't sure what I was hoping for, you see. But you act like gravity and you are pulling me. 'Cause you know what I want, babe. You know everything that gets me going. You know what I want, babe. All the little things that I'm not showing. You know what I want, babe. And you know it all before I do it. You know what I want, babe. You know what I need before I show it. I saw a fire from the sea. I didn't know what it was telling me. Like Robert Zimmerman singing a song. Just gotta keep on.
So real quick, UHAUL wants to give you guys 15% off their entire selection of bike racks. All you have to do is use code BACKYARD at checkout in all caps, and that's it. I highly recommend this one. It's the NO120, but they've got a giant selection, so choose whatever you want. Go to uhaul.com, enter code BACKYARD at checkout in all caps, and you'll save 15% off. All right, Dave is gonna do it first. It's pretty windy out here, so I am definitely sketched out, but Dave's the man, so he's gonna send it first and tell me how it feels. And if it feels good, then I will give it a go, but I think it's gonna feel good. What do you think? Woo!
and the time between them. Let us stay forever young and never die.
Although it looks like I just nailed this thing first try, it actually took me a couple hours to get it dialed in. So this will definitely be a jump that I'll be progressing on for a while to come, and maybe even learning tricks on too. But with the tabletop built and ridden, it's time for you guys to choose what I build next. First up is the possibility of a large berm followed by a hip jump. I've only ridden a hip jump once and it felt really weird, so this one would definitely help me progress a new skill, and I think it would fit the trail nicely. But option 2 is going to be a step up jump. This would be cool because it sticks with our intermediate slope style theme we kind of have going, which I'm definitely down with. Anyway, option 1 will be the hip jump and option 2 will be the step up. Click the link here to cast your vote or use the one in the description. I have to say a quick thank you to Trail Labs for tuning up my suspension last week. I've never had professionally tuned suspension before, and holy crap, my Siskiyou 9 feels like a $10,000 bike now. No joke. If you don't mind, go follow him on Instagram. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. A huge shout out to my awesome supporters on Patreon. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you. Seriously, thank you. Let's build some more stuff next time. I'll see you then.
Send this thing? Yeah, I bet you are. Woo!